Hey y'all, today I'm going to be doing another Top 5 Wednesday video. This series was created by Lainey over at Ginger Reads Lainey, and I will leave a link down in the description to her channel as well as to the Goodreads group. This week's topic is favorite series endings, and I have been so excited to get to this one all month because a lot of the books I'm going to talk about today are some of my favorite books of all time, and I'm just so excited. So let's jump right into it. Coming in at number 5 on my list is The Shadow Throne by Jennifer A. Nielsen, which is the third and final book in the Ascendance trilogy. This is also one of the most recent additions to this list because I actually read this trilogy back in February and I absolutely loved it. Yeah, this is just a really wonderful middle grade trilogy, and I've said many times that trilogies sometimes aren't my thing because they tend to start out great but then go downhill, and that definitely did not happen with this trilogy. This book is just an amazing conclusion to it. And if you do want to check out this trilogy, it starts with this one, which is The False Prince. Now, if I were to divide this list up into the ones that I like and like my ultimate favorite conclusions to series ever, this is where it would start, at number 4, because these next 4 books I think are just absolutely wonderful. I've given all of them 5 stars. They're just some really epic, amazing conclusions, and I love them so much, and they are some of my all-time favorite books ever. So the book that I've put at number 4 is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. Now, I know this is the 3rd book in a 6-book trilogy. However, this was initially written to be the 3rd book in a trilogy, and I feel like it is the best book in the Mortal Instrument series. And I don't want to say that the series should have ended after this book, because I do still enjoy the 3 books following this one. However, I feel that the 4th and 5th one weren't quite up to the standard of the first 3 books, although I do really like book 6. However, this I feel is the best book in the Mortal Instrument series, and it was written to be the conclusion to a trilogy, and so I decided to include this one rather than book 6. So yeah, I'm kind of cheating a little bit, but I feel like I'm very justified in this because I think this is the best book in the series, and it was written to be a conclusion. Number 3 on my list is The Soldiers of Hala by D.J. MacHale, which is the 10th and final book in the Pendragon series. I do have a full series discussion about the Pendragon series on my channel, linked down in the description, but I just really love this conclusion to the series. Now, the first time that I read this book, I actually hated it. Like, it was my least favorite book in the series. I did not like the direction that the plot and the world took. However, upon the reread that I did last summer, I came to terms with it, and I came to really appreciate it as a series ender. And while this and the 9th book are a fairly large step in a different direction from the first 8 books, I think that this last book is really, really epic and so cool. I would honestly liken this book to, like, Deathly Hallows Part 2, like the movie, because it's basically like the last epic battle, and it's like 600 pages of one big epic battle, and it is just so awesome, and I really love it. And if you are at all familiar with my channel, you probably already know what books 1 and 2 are going to be, because they are 2 of my, like, all-time favorite books, like, even above the ones that I just listed, like, absolute all-time perfection books. Like, I legitimately feel sad having to put the book that's in second place in second place because it's that amazing of a book. And that is, of course, Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare, which is the 3rd book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. I have no words for how much I love this book. Like, I read this all in one day, and I spent at least half of it just crying because it was so beautiful. And the epilogue to this book was one of the most, no, I will say it is the most wonderful epilogue I have ever read, even topping the epilogue of the book that I'm putting at number 1, because, I mean, if you know what I'm putting at number 1, we all kind of hated that epilogue. Anyway, I digress. The epilogue to this book was better than any scenario I could have thought of, but at the same time, it was so bittersweet and beautiful, and I just really love this book. Like, full 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 stars. This trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I don't know if I would go as far as to say it is my favorite trilogy of all time, but this is an amazing conclusion to an amazing trilogy, and I cannot express how much I love this book. And of course, the book that is number 1 on my list is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I mean, was there any other book that could be in this spot? Not only is it the final book in my favorite series of all time, but it is also my favorite book in the series, tied with Half-Blood Prince. Like, it's just, I have no words. Like, I can't express how much I love this book. Like, some things happen in this book that make me sad, but at the same time, I just love this book so much. This book is beautiful and wonderful, and it's just, I want to just hug it. It's so amazing. So those are my top 5 favorite series endings of all time. Let me know down in the comments what some of your favorite series endings are. I mean, obviously, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows is going to be one of them, right? It's going to be one of them, right? Like, it's Harry Potter. Anyway, let me know what some of your other favorite series endings are. There were a couple that I almost included on this list, but I really like the list that I compiled. As always, I will leave links down in the description to my blog, Twitter, and Goodreads. Please add me as a friend on Goodreads. I would love to be friends with all of you. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!